In this lecture series, I am talking about Indian securities market. And in this topic of the Indian securities market, in my previous lecture, I referred about the primary market and the secondary market. To start with this lecture, I will be talking about the difference between the primary market and the secondary market. Just for a second, if we recapitulate the primary market and the secondary market, I would say in crux that primary market is a market where the original shares, that is in the first time when the company issues the shares or debentures, bonds to the public, right? When I use the word public, it may be retail investor, it may be institutions, it may be mutual funds, right? So when the shares are being issued, these are being issued in the primary market. Secondary market is a market where all shares which have been issued in the past, they are being dealt, they are being purchased and sold. So now, after referring to the primary market and secondary market, which we discussed in our previous lecture, let me talk the difference between the two, primary market and secondary market, so that we have a clear-cut idea about what the primary market is and what the secondary market is. The primary market is also called as new issue market, means where the fresh shares are being issued, new issues are being made. When I am saying word of issues mean shares or bonds. It is called the primary market. In the secondary market, it is also being known as after issue market, means once the shares are being issued to the public, then in the secondary market, it is the shares and the bonds that is being dealt, that is called after issue market. The market in which the shares and debentures which have been issued in the past are being dealt, that is called after issue market. Role of the market. In the primary market where stocks are issued for the first time, right? When the original company is shared for the first time, the company issues the shares to the public. When I am saying first time, it doesn't mean that company is issuing it for the first time. Where the fresh issue shares are being issued, right? When I use the word fresh share in the offer for sale, even the existing shareholders may sell it to somebody else. Like in most of the PSUs, in many of the PSUs, the government sell its stake to the public in general in the offer for sale, right? So market where stocks are issued for the first time, it is called the primary market. In the secondary market, markets where stocks are traded once issued. Intermediaries. In the primary market, the intermediaries are known as investment banks. It is the investment banks which helps the companies to allot shares, because these are investment bankers are the specialized institutions. They are in touch with the investors. They know the pulse of the market. The companies are not may not be having professional expertise of issue of shares, all the rules and regulations that is to be followed at the time of issue of shares. The rules, there are very complex rules and there are very complex systems in issue of the fresh shares, All these investment bankers or investment banks are the expert in this area, and they work as a bridge between the company and the investment, right? So the intermediaries are known as investment bankers or investment banks in the primary market. In the secondary market, it is the brokers which works as a bridge between the buyers and the sellers. So the intermediaries in the secondary market is the stock brokers, right? When I am using the word stock, means it may be shares, it may be debentures, because all these shares, if I talk in terms of India, they are being dealt primarily when the two stock exchanges, National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange. And National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange have their registered brokers, which are registered with the stock exchanges, which are authorized by the regulator, that is Securities and Exchange Board of India, and they have further sub-brokers. So only the registered brokers and sub-brokers can deal in the stock exchanges. So these intermediaries in the form of the brokers in the secondary market helps the buyers and sellers in making the deal. Price of the shares. In the primary market, either through book building process or at a fixed price offer, a price is being determined to offer the shares of a company. On the other hand, in the secondary market, changes every moment, the price keeps on fluctuating. So changing depending on the supply and demand of shares. If the stock markets, like if I take the example of India, stock markets are open, whether Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE or the NSE, from 9:15 up to 3:30. Within this time, every minute the price keeps on fluctuating depending on the demand and supply of the particular share, right? So in the secondary market, the price keeps on changing depending on demand and supply. On the other hand, in the primary market, a price is being determined either at the fixed price issue or through book building process, which we discussed in our previous lecture, right? So the price is being determined, and at that very fixed price, the security in the form of share is being issued. Sale of securities. So in the primary market, it is directly by the companies to the investor. So companies directly, with the help of the intermediaries, investment bankers, right? Investment bankers are only facilitators. So the companies directly issue the shares to the investor. In the secondary market, it's sold and purchased among investors and traders. Price of shares, we have already said, it is fixed at par, it keeps on changing. Now, after talking of the difference between the primary market and the secondary market, now let me come to the stock market indices. When I am using the word indices, it means index. Friends, when the word index comes in your mind, what picture emerges in your mind? Index is a barometer. Index is a yardstick. Index is a instrument to measure the change in that direction, I would say, in simple words. If I say price index is rising, what do you understand by this? The moment say inflation is taking place and the price index is increasing, it means immediately you will say that the prices are going up. If you say price index is falling, it means in the country prices of commodities, prices of the things which a common consumer buys is falling. Similarly, in order to judge the stock markets, the stock market indices are being prepared. Friends, in the BSE, commonly known as Bombay Stock Exchange, in the BSE, there are more than 5,000 companies which are listed. How do I know whether the stock market is rising or whether the stock market is falling? It is very difficult for a common investor like me to know that, to see the price of all the 5,000 companies and make a judgment whether the prices are falling or prices are increasing. What these stock exchanges do, they prepare their index number, and just by seeing the index number, you can judge, you can gauge whether the stock market, the secondary market is rising or whether the secondary market is falling. These days, friends, media plays a very important role. In most of the news channels, if you see any news channel, you will find that in the news component, they find that today the stock market, the indexes has gone up this much or indexes has fallen this much. The moment you listen to this news, the moment you view this news, you can immediately make out whether the stock market has increased, has risen or it has fallen, right? So stock market index is a barometer or market behavior, means the direction in which the stock market is going. So it measures overall stock market sentiment through a set of stocks that are representative of the market. I'll be talking this point in detail. It reflects market direction and indicates day-to-day fluctuations in the stock prices. Friends, even within the day, as I was just referring to, that in India the stock market is open from 9:15 up to 3:30, right? That is 9:15 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Within this time, the index, the stock index keeps on, or the index of the two stock exchanges, BSE and the NSE, keeps on changing. Just by having a glance over the index, you can see that what is the direction of the stock market. If the index is rising, it means the stock market as a whole is rising. And this you come to know not by seeing the price of all the listed companies in the stock exchanges, there are certain number of companies which have been taken as a standard, and on the base of these number of companies, a few selected number of companies, an idea is being made whether the direction is on the higher side or direction is on the negative side, right? So it reflects the direction and indicates day-to-day fluctuations. An ideal index must represent changes in the price of securities and reflect price movements of typical shares for better market expectations. Indices can be broad, such as BSE 500, or they can be specific to a certain industry or market sector. Friends, I am just referring here. I will be talking this point in detail. Investors can trade indices indirectly by future markets or via exchange traded funds, which is called ETFs, which trades like stocks on a stock exchanges. In the Indian market, the BSE Sensex and the NSE Nifty are important indices. After talking to these things, let me tell you, friends, how the stock indexes, or I will say the indices are being prepared. Friends, as this last point says, that there are two important stock indices, that is called BSE Sensex and NSE Nifty. Friends, as you may be aware, that there are two leading stock exchanges in this country. One is known as BSE, formerly known as Bombay Stock Exchange, which is the oldest stock exchange of this country, formed in 1875, and the other is NSE, National Stock Exchange, formed in 1994. It is relatively new. So these two stock exchanges prepare their index, and the index of the BSE is called Sensex. Now let me tell you how this Sensex is being prepared. I said just now, a few minutes back, that there are 5,000 companies approximately I am talking of, which are listed in the stock exchanges. So knowing the prices of each of the company and then seeing the direction, it will be difficult for a common man. What BSE has done is, say, I am talking of Sensex only at the moment, they have selected 30 companies, and these 30 companies represents the 12 different industries, or I will say broadly it represents all the industries of the country. Depending on weightage of these industries in the economy, the different industries have been selected. Like say for example, IT, information technology. These days a major part of our income comes by way of service sector. So within the service sector, the IT sector is playing a very important role, because IT plays a very important role in the export of the country. So the large IT companies like TCS, Tata Consultancy Service, Infosys, SCL, Wipro, these companies related to ITOs constitutes part of the Sensex. The other important sector of the country is financial sector. So large banks, which represents the banking sector of the economy, banks like State Bank of India, banks like HDFC Bank, banks like ICICI Bank, banks like Kotak Bank, all large banks are the part and the parcel of Sensex. If I talk of FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, companies like ITC, right, they constitute the part of the Sensex. In conglomerate, the Tata Group is a conglomerate. Many of the companies of the Tata Group are the part and the parcel of Sensex, right? In the capital goods sector, the largest capital goods sector, the infrastructure sector in this country is Larsen and Toubro. So Larsen and Toubro is the part and the parcel of Sensex. What it means is that 30 companies have been selected on the basis of free float market capitalization. I'll be talking all these things in detail, right? So on the basis of free float market capitalization, these 30 companies have been selected, and these companies reflects the economy, and these companies have been given different weights as per the weight of as per the market capitalization and as per the importance to the economy. Like say for example Reliance Industries. In whole of the Sensex, the Reliance Industries, which is in the field of the energy and the telecommunication through help of the Jio, and they are largely in the energy sector, right? So they constitute the largest weight within the Sensex. So different companies, these 30 companies have been assigned different weights, and on the basis of weights, these 100 companies constitutes the Sensex. As the Sensex increases, right, these days the Sensex is around 14,800. If I say Sensex has risen to 15,000, I'll say it means the stock market has gone up, Bombay Stock Exchange has gone up. The indices of the Bombay Stock Exchange has gone up. From 14,700 to 14,300, suppose, I will say the stock market, the Bombay Stock Exchange has fallen by 400 points. So just by seeing the price of these 30 companies on the basis of which this Sensex has been prepared, right, I can judge, I can gauge whether the market or what is the direction of the market, in which direction the stock market is going, whether it is moving up or it is going down. Similarly, NSE Nifty. Stock exchanges, National Stock Exchange, which was formed in 1994, but in terms of number of dealings, in terms of number of transactions, it is the largest stock exchange of this country. They have prepared their index, which is popularly known as Nifty. It consists of the 50 companies, unlike in the Sensex of the Bombay Stock Exchange BSE, which comprises of 30 shares. In the NSE Nifty, it comprises of 50 shares. And as I said in case of Sensex, similarly on the very same basis, Nifty has been prepared. The difference is that in the Sensex there are 30 companies, in the Nifty there are 50 companies. Again, the method of preparation is the same, that 50 large companies of India on the basis of free float. Free float means the shares that are available for trading, the shares that are available for purchase and sale, right? That is called free float. And share that are available for purchase and sale multiplied by their share price, the present share price in the market, that calls the market capitalization. So on the basis of that, 50 companies have been selected, which are the representatives of different industry. Just as a repetition, I would say, all the different companies of different industries which are the market leaders or which are the leaders in their industry. For example, in the cement also constitutes a very important component of the economy. So which is the largest in cement companies? It is Ultratech, right? So Ultratech constitutes the Nifty. In the steel sector, which is the largest steel companies in the private sector? It is this Tata Steel Company, TISCO, popularly known as, that is the largest steel company in the private sector, and Steel Authority of India Limited in the public sector. They are the two large companies of in the steel sector. Both these companies constitutes the part and the parcel of the Nifty. What I mean to say by this is that there are 50 large companies which represents the different industry, which are the market leaders of that industry. They constitute the Nifty, and these companies have been assigned different weights. On the basis of the different assigning weighted average, we calculate an index which is called Nifty, right? And there is a base period. This base period is 100, and from this base period we judge whether this market is going up or market is coming down. So here what you can see is the first part of this slide I have shown world indices. It is not clearly visible, but I just to tell you, Nasdaq is the all large electric IT related companies are listed in the Nasdaq. Is a stock exchange of America, right? Similarly, Dow Jones, it is a stock exchange. It's a stock exchange that represents the large companies that are all these large companies are listed in the American companies are listed in the Dow Jones, right? We say FTSE. FTSE is a stock exchange of England. All European companies, most of the big European companies of Europe are not only of England but of Europe are listed in the FTSE, right? DAX, Nikkei. Nikkei is a stock exchange of Japan, right? So Nikkei is a indices. This is a stock exchange of Japan. So the world stock exchanges prepares their index. Similarly, in India, the indices are not only of Sensex and Nifty, even sector wise. Even one sector, like say banking sector, the index which represents the increase or decrease in the share prices of banks, which constitutes all the banks which are listed in the stock exchanges, known as BankX, right? So there are not only say Nifty 50 companies, like after those 50 companies, there are 100 companies which are not as large as Nifty companies, but are less, we can say, medium sector, or after those 15 companies. So we say Nifty medium 100, middle 100, right? Similarly, in the Bombay Stock Exchange, we say BSE 500. So all top 500 companies of the Bombay Stock Exchange, in terms of market capitalization, in terms of free float, they constitute the BSE 500, so which is a fairly large representation of the Bombay Stock Exchange. So in this way, there is not only one or two indices which we prepare. We can prepare the indices sector wise. We can prepare the index on the basis of market capitalization, on the basis of free float, right? There are various types of shares, means large companies, mid sector companies, smaller companies. All these companies may be having different indices also. I was referring to these indexes. Let me repeat it. So Dow Jones Industrial Average is among the oldest quoted stock market index in the US, as I was telling you. Nasdaq Composite Index is the market capitalization weights of prices of stocks listed in the Nasdaq stock indexes. It is all, both these stock exchanges are of America. S&P 500 index is made up of 500 biggest publicly traded companies in the US. The S&P, which is known as Standard & Poor, the S&P 500 is often treated as a proxy for the US stock market, because this S&P 500 is a larger representation of the American industry, American economy, right? So S&P 500 is often treated as proxy for the US stock market. FTSE 100, as I was saying, FTSE is a stock exchange of England, right? Where the European companies are listed. So FTSE 100, FTSE normally known as FTSE. FTSE 100 consists of largest 100 companies by full market value listed on the London stock exchanges. The FTSE 100 is the benchmark index of the European market. Now friends, how you prepare it? After talking of these indexes, after talking of these indices, how you prepare? As I was referring, that the indexes are being prepared on the basis of market capitalization, free float market capitalization. What is free float, friends? Free float means that the shares which are available for trade, where buyer and seller can purchase and sell the shares, right? They are called free float. And market capitalization means that number of shares which are available for purchase and sale multiplied by the current market price of that share. That makes the market capitalization of that company, right? So calculate the total free float market capitalization of the index at any point in time. Means at any point of time, number of free float shares multiplied by the market price. So this is a simple sum of the free float market capitalization of the stocks that are part of the Sensex. Step 2, check the base value of the index. Base value is 100, you can say is 100. So this is the total market capitalization of the index. When I'm saying base 100 means 100 of the index. So this is the total market capitalization of the index when it was formed initially. Means when the index was being formed, what was the market capitalization at that point of time, which will be considered as 100. So the base value can be adjusted later if required. the Sensex was formed in 1986. When I say the word Sensex, it means it is the indices of BSE. So Sensex was formed in 1986, yet its base year is 1978-79. Means base year was being considered even if it was being formed in 1986, but the base year was being taken as 78-79. So it means in 78-79, whatever the market capitalization of that company at that point of time, will take that as a base. So this is because it takes into consideration information of stocks retrospectively from the year 1978-79. And the third step, which is the last step, is divide the total free float market capitalization. Again, free float market capitalization means number of shares that are available multiplied by the market price. So divide the free float market capitalization with the base market value and multiply by the base index value in the case of Sensex. So the base index value comes to be 100. So friends, this way you can prepare, that is the total market, the index number is equal to the total market capitalization at present free float market capitalization divided by the base year free float market capitalization into 100, that is a base index. So that constitutes the index number. So this way friends, we prepare the index number. As I said, index number is an index, stock indices is an indicator of the direction in which the secondary market is going or the stock market is going, whether it is moving up. If the index number is going up, it means the stock market is going up. If the index number is falling, right, it means the market is falling. So with these words, we end here today and we'll continue our discussion on Indian securities market next time. Thank you very much.